Now we are still in stage 1, preparing your brain, and we have finished the tic-tac-toe method, and hopefully you have jumped across all your creativity barriers. And now for the second step of this stage is the warming up your brain by having ideas quota. What is meaning by that? It's meaning that you set yourself every day you generate a number of new ideas. And that's really from Thomas Edison, because Thomas Edison held like 1,093 patents. He was a great believer in exercising his mind and the minds of his workers, and felt that without a quota, he probably wouldn't have achieved very much. His personal inventions quota was a minor inventions every 10 days and major invention every 6 months. So to set yourself a quota, at least 3 to 5 new ideas every day. And remember, there is no bad ideas. Every idea is welcomed. So how can you do that? That will be probably your question, right? You can, if you are seeing the screen now, I have showing you this circle and squares and triangle picture, and it really, you can now ask yourself, this is a puzzle, somewhat like your mind, because every time you look at it, you see something new. And what are the entire contents? Most probably you will find some letters and numbers like A, number 1, E, B, 8. If I told you your quota was to find 26 letters of the alphabet and the numbers 0 through 9, chances are you would search the puzzle until you located them, and you will find them because they are all in this. So just, if you can pause this video for 5 minutes and try to figure out all the numbers and the digits in this figure. Welcome back. Let's continue. Did you find the numbers and the letters? Similarly, you can stretch your mind to find ideas and fill your idea quota in everything around you. So that was the second step in stage number 1 of the bestie method. The third step in stage number 1, which is preparing your brain, is dukes of habit. Who are the dukes of habits? Dukes of habits must always do the things the same ways, must have everything in its place. They are at a loss if something violates their routines, because everything in their life is precisely folded, labeled, and placed in a neat little choppy holes. You know, if you have a friend like he's super organized, and he is really usually follow the same routines every day of his life for the last 10 years, he is a duke of habit. They are limited problem solvers, so please don't be that. Some mess is good for creativity. So don't be a duke of habit. Break your usual habits to find inspirations and take a different route to work, change your sleeping hours, change your working hours, listen to different radio shows or different book, different newspaper. Just try anything new and different. So step number 4 in stage 1 of the bestie creative method is to feed your head and collect a brain bank. What does that mean? Creative thinkers read to feed their minds, usually reading new information and ideas. As Gore Vidal put it, the brain that doesn't feed itself eats itself. And psychologists have demonstrated that we are able to keep only 5 to 9 pieces of information in our mind at a time. Remember, how long is your phone number? It's usually 9 numbers. So what is happening is that any new information is bumping out an older information before your mind can be ready to older information for long storage in your memory, because you have short-term memory and long-term memory. Short-term memory can hold only 9 pieces of information, but then the older information, if this saturated enough and your brain form a connection for it, it will be transferred to the long-term memory. It usually takes time, But if you are reading a lot and having new ideas, many new ideas, if you cannot document it and write it down, you will lose it. So you have to collect and store ideas both physically and digitally. Physically, for example, collect pieces of papers, pieces of book, like an article in the newspaper, collected in a drawer or a shoebox. Idea starters. When you need any new idea, shake the box and just draw one of the ideas, and you will find an inspiration for it. Maybe not. Or for me, as we are in the digital world, I have a Google Drive folder. When I see any ad, any headline, any topic that is great and unique, I just swipe it and collect it in my Google Drive. Sometimes I use Evernote and Trello. They are all good apps and they are totally free. So this was the creative thinking process, stage number 1, preparing your brain. We already have see how to meet and kill the creativity blockers, the tic-tac-toe method. We have warmed up your brain, and you should have now many ideas from the figure the puzzle I showed you. And we certainly don't want to be dukes of habit. And finally, you are starting to collect your brain bank or idea bank. See you in the next video, and we are taking stage 2, how to squeeze that challenge.